It is day 2 of the Follow the Flyer challenge, and our first flyer takes us to the Crossroads Mall. So we are currently in a house just north of the mall where we spent the night, and we need to see how we tackle this. So I refreshed my memory a little bit. So the mall, if you've never been there, there's a few things that kind of help with figuring out how to best tackle this. I'm just looking for some symbols so I can paint something. Man, I wish I had the paint on the map mod. Okay, let's just use arrows, I guess. So the mall has... Oh, we don't have a pencil. The mall has the main entrances on the north, on the south, and here on the western side. It also has a couple like service entrances over here. It also has a service entrance right here. On the north side, there's the food court. There's a spiffos like on this corner. I'm not sure if it's that corner or this corner, but I think it's that corner there. Big spiffos, and then there's like 4 food places along this side of the food court. Like Pizza World, then the taco place we want to go to, and I don't know what the other 2 are. So if I'm not mistaken, then the taco place is actually the 4th one down. So actually also the closest to that little side door. So my idea of a plan is to somehow get most of the zombies away from that area, and then we just, sneak, putting that in air quotes because obviously I never sneak in, loot something from the place. That for me counts as we fulfilled the flyer challenge for this building, and then get the hell out of there again. So my plan now is to do a little bit of a scouting trip on foot around the parking lot and see if we get any siren cars either already parked in the right location, like I'm looking at here, and somewhere here. Like, it's a little bit of a big challenge, right? I want to get 3 sirens going to pull zombies away from the entrance, away from the mall, so we can get inside. It's a bit of a task. Now, the big advantage we have compared to other runs we've done on the channel is that we do not have sprinters this time around. So we can just enjoy the nice weather and walk around, and as long as I'm not doing anything stupid, no zombie should be able to get me. Now, as long as I don't do anything stupid, it's a bit of a monumental task when I even forget something basic like refilling my water before we leave. Mall. And keep in mind, the idea here was we don't have to complete this today. So the idea of this challenge was we have 1 week to fulfill each flyer. So in this case, 1 week to loot something from the taco place in the wall. Let's wear this one hood up. And I think that's gonna get a little bit warm. Origin book away, and we'll put that denim shirt away. Tank top t-shirt and a denim shirt. Yeah, it's a little bit warm. We do have the shovel as a backup weapon right now. We also have an axe, and we have a couple wrenches. Wrenches actually, surprisingly, like, they have only a weight of 1, so they're one of the best early game weapons in terms of not using your endurance. They are not that great for damage and durability, but especially while you still have low weapon skill, they really help with not getting you into like Muscle strain and endurance lost territory. Okay. Well, I'm seeing a lot of zombies. I'm not seeing any siren cars. But yeah, I think for now we're just gonna do a good old trip around the mall, ignoring all the zombies. We could also try to just herd some zombies away, so basically gather up a huge amount of zombies to follow me and then just drop them off behind the cinema or something. It's a little bit more tricky in build 42 with the slower zombies, but like all the fast ones we could just ditch. Yeah, that's the Spiffers. Slight panic, I have no idea why. Just have some apple juice here. Join the juice box. This before side entrance. No littering, obviously. Now, the other idea of this little scouting trip would also be to see if we can find another car with a key and hopefully some gas. Because the car that we used to get here, let's just say somebody wasn't driving very carefully. And I'm not gonna point any fingers, right? You know, it's always easy to play the blame game, but let's just say we've all been responsible for it in equal amounts. And we didn't quite take care of it as much as we should have. So yeah, if we can find a replacement vehicle, that would be kind of convenient. I haven't even seen anything with a siren yet so far, though. And also, there's a reason why I usually play with increased car spawns, because I feel like for a mall parking lot, this feels empty. That was the last straw. Just really checking here some of the, or not checking some of the trunks of the cars, just to see if we can maybe find a rubber hose so we can siphon gasoline. Or anything else useful, really. Oh, I'm not gonna carry around a tire. I think that's not a very good idea. I also honestly wouldn't mind if one of these cars would, you know, suddenly blare with a car alarm as we're trying to check the trunk. So that basically works in my favor as long as it happens down here. Yeah, another wrench? Sure. Now, it's a little bit harder to spot the keys here in the rain. But I don't think I've seen any other keys so far, which is kind of surprising. Hmm. Actually, not that many zombies following me. Maybe this isn't as bad as I thought it would be. I guess, I mean, when we were at the main entrance and driving past there, that was actually a fair number of zombies. I don't think that's something I can reasonably fight my way through. Yeah, we definitely have some room here to maneuver and to drag zombies away. It is, after all, only apocalypse zombie population setting and day 1, or rather day 2, so we haven't reached max zombie pop yet. Okay. That is a car with a key. Let's just put this one up. Talk about a siren car. I see a fire truck over there. You know what? Instead of just walking around, let's clear out some zombies in this area, like this group and these 3 guys, and then see what we can do about this. Stop knocking them down and start killing. Yeah, we'll dance back and forth. Okay. Why don't you... just give up. Okay. Alright. Carving out a little spot here for us. There's a lot of stuff in that thing. What's up with this? Is this like a survivor car? I do think I want that tire iron. Actually, I think I actually want the tire iron or the shovel that we have. We might just also pick up another backup wrench. Backup wrench for the backup wrench. Okay, you have a key. Just missing gas. Honestly, that is almost a car I want to use for the rest of the run, and not so much a car I just want to use for a distraction. But let's see how picky we can be. But we definitely got... there was a gas can in the red one. So if we find a rubber hose somewhere, we're in business. The trunk storage, yeah, okay, nothing in here. We want to check this TV van. I know that one of these cars is gonna have a car alarm and it's gonna ruin all my plans. It's bound to happen, right? Let's have a little snack here, a little breakfast. Radio guide. I don't think I've been at this step van yet, right? The black one. Hey, there's the manual for it. Might as well read that. Very intensive manual, apparently. I mean, I'm a slow reader, but man, that takes a long time. You know, it's a little bit heavy, but let's just place it on the ground here, so I don't have to remember which car the gas can was in, but just so that I see. Yeah, there's a gas can over there. That looked promising for like half a second. I'm not even sure what kind of vehicle could possibly have. Can I not smash the window in the back here? What kind of vehicle could have a gas hose, rubber hose? I think I've seen them in trunks, and I'm kinda looking at like vans and pickups, like any heavy duty vehicles, but man, not sure. It's kind of promising, you know, flower and gardening stuff. Again, not seeing any keys on the ground anywhere. Let me actually just go into foraging mode in case it's like behind this vehicle. Where you wouldn't see it anyway. No. The key over there. A little bit far away. Probably more likely for this one. Masterson. So, this guy? Rubber band. No, close, but not quite. Not quite what we're looking for. Fine. Window smash it is. Fire iron. Box of chocolates. Nom 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 nom. Certainly not running out of wrenches anytime soon, I'll tell you that much. Rubber hose. Okay, we're in business. We are in business. Alright, so let's grab that gas can. And then find a car that has some fuel, siphon that. and power up that fire truck. Wink. Miss my UI mod where I could hover over the thing in my hand here to see the details without having to find it in my inventory list. This one definitely looks like it has a good amount of fuel in it. Alright, so but if we want to prepare this, I kinda, you know, now I want to be a little bit greedy, as in, hey, we have a siren car, so we can drag zombies away from where we want to enter the building. Cool. But I also wanted to have a car, so I can drive away the next day, or after we're done, to replace our current car. So find another decent condition car, preferably with a high engine quality. Would be kind of nice. You know, so I think I will do a little bit of a walk around here. I do like pickups. I do, of course, like all the modded cars we added. Although this looks a little bit worn, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, we're looking here. Any key enjoyers? No. So I don't think I've been at the mall at all in Build 42. Now I'm starting to wonder if the population here just has changed drastically, or if I'm overestimating how many zombies there are on normal apocalypse here, or if we just got lucky with the random zombie distribution a little bit, and that's why it looks somewhat empty here. I don't even want to know how bad this rainy weather is gonna make it look with YouTube compression, video compression, and I'm sorry if it looks really bad here. Can we the secondary instead and have our hammer out primary, and then we're no longer over encumbered? Cool. Threading the needle here a little bit. Yeah, so far I've not felt threatened at all in this little exploration. Yeah, a couple zombies out here, which was to be expected, but I expected it to be way worse. At that parking lot over there. Okay, not stir up more zombies than we need to. Much of a bad idea is it to try to sneak in between the buildings here? Okay, so I'm thinking we're gonna make a little tour here. A little bit closer than I wanted, but my eyes got kind of distracted by seeing another modded car over there. But that is also, the windshield is smashed in. That's probably not going to be great. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of herding. As in, collect some zombies here. Might even do a little bit of shouting. Because we're getting here to the side of the building where we want to go inside. Did you just snap at me there? That's very rude. Maybe herding starting over there, which was way further away from the building than I thought it was a little bit prematurely here. Let's forget about that and wait until we're actually at the side of the building. Gather up these zombies at the front entrance or side entrance, and drag them over. Either west or south to the southern end of the mall. I'm kind of feeling west. That's really, you know, this is where we want to go in. If somebody could smash that, that would be kind of nice. Alright, so how much action is inside here? Now these guys will never come outside, right? These are metal grade windows, metal protected windows. They can't smash those. Need a better poncho. I think it's probably more likely the shoes that are letting the rain through. Yeah, 100% wet shoes. Okay, so I'm thinking these zombies, like, I can't do a proper herding because of the different speeds. But let's see how many we can drag away, and we do then just a loop around the cinema and come back on the southern side. That should have done a little bit at least, I hope. At this point, I'm actually wondering if we need to do any sort of siren distraction, or if we can just, after we drag those away, drive up to that corner of the building and start fighting our way inside. At this point, I'm even wondering if it's worth going around the cinema, because there's like 2 zombies still following me. Everybody else gave up. fun little anecdote. I always feel like this is the place where I seriously learned playing Project Zomboid. One of the first multiplayer servers I joined had Pillow's random spawns active, so you could, spawn anyone in the world. And my spawn location on that server was inside the Starplex cinema here. And was also playing with cryogenic winter, so everything snowed and super cold, and basically then getting out of there, and of course with higher zombie population. I think it was 4 times zombie pop. Just the casual new player experience, and then learning how to get out of there, find a working car for me, and take that car and get to my base location where I wanted to base up. Was definitely a exciting learning experience. Well, anyway, barely any zombies here, so I think I'm gonna grab another dose of gas from this car, fuel up the fire truck a little bit more, and then we'll just see what we can do at the front of the mall. Have anything useful in the back? No. Gasoline? This thing away. Get a hammer out. I think we want to drive like here. Definitely dragged a few people behind us. I hope it doesn't get too wild. Not super safe behind me. Oh boy. Okay. There were definitely more coming out of the building than I expected. Do we have any angle where we can fight towards? Not really. Okay. Well, I guess it's time for zombie herding, but this time the proper way. So these are all faster zombies here, not slow ones. We can actually keep them together, and well, these are a couple slow ones. It's fine, but as long as we can keep all the fast ones in a nice little zombie ball here, we can go on a little walk with them. I guess the slow ones we're just gonna have to kill later. I'm a bit concerned about the increasing wetness here. Obviously don't want to catch cold. Now, question is, where do we ditch this zombie ball here? Normally you would bring them like around a building or something, right? And then come back the other way. Oh boy. But the risk here in this area is, of course, then we drag 20 zombies away, and on the way back to where we started, we're picking up 30 new zombies. And all the ones that we lost interest in will be between us and getting back to where we started. So how do we want to do this? Could of course wrap around the whole mall here, back the way we came initially. That could work. Gotta make sure, again, we're not picking up all these guys and bringing them with us. So really don't wanna suddenly be encumbered and walking slower, so let's make sure we're not getting hungry. Perfect time for some beef jerky. So yeah, this one I don't care about them. If they lose me, actually kind of want to lose them here on this side of the mall. So we're taking short corners, so they might get stuck on the windows here, or just lose my scent, so to say, on the corner. Okay, and over here I'm gonna try to get a little bit over to this side, dragging them away from the building also. And then we'll see if we can loop around back to where the fire truck is and see what the situation is over there. I don't want to drag in more people from the grass here though. Maybe it might have been a better idea to just, you know, come up from the north side and start killing, go home in the evening, next morning start killing again, instead of trying any fancy zombie relocation strategies here. That's soaked, drenched. Is that before or after soaked? A little bit tense, I have no idea why. Interesting that they're not banging on these windows, but coming for the doors. It's kind of scary, okay. I hope nobody from that group sees me, and we're back at the fire truck, and there's way more zombies here than I'm comfortable with. That's not great, but at least the direction we initially left in should be somewhat clear, so we can do a little bit of fighting here. Although that's a few too many zombies maybe, considering our current kill speed of nothing. still pouring out of that hole there. Oh boy, yeah, okay, this is not gonna work. Okay, so plan C. One more attempt at herding, this time vehicular herding. I'm gonna try a little bit of the honking tactic instead of the siren tactic. This might just also be a... okay. All of the plans didn't work out, except for the plan of get a better and newer car. And we might have to come back next day with a different approach. Little known fact, by the way, in Project Zomboid, the honking sound only makes the sound when you press down on the button, not when you hold the button. So if you like do this, only the very first second of this is actually a sound event that the zombies react to. So if you're driving, don't just hold down the horn, but you just have to then repeatedly press it all the time. So because only the initial press makes the sound, not the holding down of the button. Even though of course you hear the sound in game, but in terms of an actual in-game sound event that moves zombies around, yeah, it's not actually there. There was deer over there. Interesting. Okay, now I don't wanna... I think I just wanna have the last honks be down there, so that basically the zombies move in that direction, and then we just sneakily and silently drive around the whole place. Coming back from the other side to a vacant parking lot where all the zombies moved towards the honking. Ish. Where else am I here? Ah, boy. Not anywhere close to where I want to be. There's also Plan C, which I didn't want to bring up yet, but which might be an option, which is find using a working car and use it to smash zombies with the car. I'm not usually a fan of vehicular zombie slaughter, but there's a time and place for every strategy, you know? Everything is just a tool in your box, in your toolbox of zombie destruction. Knowing when to use which tool, probably important. Okay. I'm looking up. Boy, they're still coming out of that door. Something behind me, I think. A little bit of room. Die already. You kind of notice how a lot of the zombies that are left here are the slow ones. Also, muscle strain and fatigue are setting in. Five more zombies on me. One on the ground isn't even dead yet. That one is. I think we picked up a new one behind me, yeah. We do 4 more, 5 more with fatigue and minor pain. Maybe taking a painkiller here. I got it, that's like 5 more at the vehicle. Maybe also take a beta blocker. Panic is reducing damage. I think we looted that ambulance on the first day. Okay, nobody coming in right now, so let's have a quick rest. I don't have my rest mod, but did they remove the thing where this slowly fills up to show your rested status? I'll build 4213. Why would you do that? I wouldn't mind, you know, getting my first shot blunt level up so we can get less muscle strain. We're also getting very late in the day here. Again, this character is wakeful, so we shouldn't get tired before midnight. I was about to say, I hope that hammer still lasts a little bit longer. Because it's been doing a really good job so far. The painkillers, they do nothing. Again. Oh, it's okay. This is not getting us anywhere, I think. Not with the full pain and full out of breath here. I just have to do a little bit of a herding effort again to get these people away from my car. I think I did turn off the engine, right? I know I did it the first time we stopped here. I'm actually not sure I did it the second time. Alright. I feel like I picked up 20 zombies and there's still 20 zombies standing around the car. This is... Are they still pouring out of that doorway? Certainly are. I think I wanna kind of get a peek inside, but also do a little bit of a shout to get them out of here. Certainly feels like I left the engine running, and that's why there are always a couple zombies standing next to the car. Okay, so at this point, only thing I care about is getting into the car and driving off. Okay. So I think we do one more car herding here. That was way too close. Should have walked them away a little bit more before running for the door. Let's actually make sure. Okay, no, I don't think the door is... There's this whole thing with vanilla vehicles where you can get inside and then the door doesn't actually close and you can still be bitten. And since the vanilla vehicle doors are not animated, you don't see it. You basically, when you get in the car, you have to listen for the door shut sound, and only then you know the door is actually shut. So yeah, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little bit... drive a little bit more away. I do a series of honks here. I'm just gonna drive away to our little residence. Fully aware of that of the fact that we stayed up way too long, and I didn't leave any buffer time in case I need to re-clear anything near our house. So we might have to clear some zombies out there so we can sleep in peace again. This was the smartest way to drive, but it is the way we're driving now. A little bit cross-country, never hurt any tires, right? That's drowsy, that is drowsy. did pick up some nice medical supplies. I don't think we picked up any caffeine pills, did we? Picked up sleeping pills, which, you know, maybe drowsy plus sleeping pills, minus and minus is plus, and then no. Alright. At least get rid of the pain. Yeah, there's zombies there. Maybe we just sneak in through the back door and immediately go upstairs and hope that nobody hears us. You have basically indestructible barricades, right? Well, that was an adventure. I got to pick up the book, so I have nothing to read here for the rest of the night. Did I ever throw away the medium handle that broke? I did not. Okay. How's the food situation? I think we have something downstairs that I can eat in the morning. Not just now. Drink some orange juice. And we're gonna fast forward time a little bit and call it a night. I was going to wait for the good old daily summary screen to show up so you can see how many zombies we killed, but I don't think I have that mod installed. So we're just gonna take a nap here. And yeah, then we'll have to just see. I think I thought I could get away with some sneaky zombie herding and moving them to the other side of the building. But there's so many zombies inside. I think we just need to kind of kill all the zombies on that side of the building and keep killing them. And just establish an area where we can kill and where we can rest. And work on it. I set myself 7 days to get this done. There's no reason to try to rush it on day one. Let's play it slow. Let's play it smart. Let's play it in the next episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.